Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
I think
Yes.
week 3 cup of tea.
Ooh, cheers. We've got our new microphones on.
We have.
We've been a bit excited about these.
I know, and we've been playing with them and singing.
We have.
Yeah, I think the quality is really good. For £20, I think it's amazing.
I know, it's not bad, is it? And for 2 separate microphones. Think of all the fun we can have when we go to craft shows now.
I know, we're going to have them on.
Oh, darling, I'm going to make a presenter out of you yet.
I'll look hugely professional anyway.
So, we've just done our craft actually. We've just finished our craft challenge.
We have.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Which bit was your favourite?
Making the cupcakes.
So yes, we made cupcakes. Soup's lovely, but cupcakes.
Even better, with cherries in kirsch.
Oh, they were very good.
They were moist.
They were very moist.
They were very moist.
No, I thought they were lovely. And then I didn't realise how into creating potato stamps I was going to get.
Oh, you did get competitive.
I know. Well, that's not a surprise.
Well, no. And I think you could tell which was the 5-year-olds and which was the 33-year-olds. Because
Is the 5-year-old like your...
Yeah, make myself.
Well, okay.
And I did cut my finger, which did cause
How'd
me...
you cut your arm?
I cut my arm, I cut my finger.
What were you doing?
Well, I was holding the knife in a really stupid position.
I think you were getting very excited.
Well, I was, because I was being competitive and then I sliced my finger because I wanted to do a D for David and Della and Daisy and be fancy pants. And then I sliced my finger and it's still sore, actually.
I'm not surprised. The smallest ones do hurt.
They do, like paper cuts.
Mm.
No, definitely.
I loved slicing into potatoes. I loved painting them and I loved decorating that paper. And we've actually decided that we're going to let it dry so that we can use it for some wrapping paper.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a really nice idea.
So I think the next time someone we know who listens orders something, I think
We'll
we should
wrap it in it.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect idea.
Okay, excellent.
Perfect idea. I actually think, though, the best part of the potato cutting for me was when I cheated, so it's no surprise really, and I used the felt wildly stamp and covered it in potato, so it actually, you thought I had done a fancy pants stamp.
No, right, Mum. I didn't think you had gone and intricately cut out the Felt Wildly logo.
Okay.
But I did think it was very clever that you cut the potato. How did you cut it to the handle?
No, literally, I just looked at the handle and cut 2 wedges, scooped it out, and then stuck it over the
It
handle.
was very good. That was one of the most impressive parts. No, I found
And eating the cupcakes was also quite joyful.
You know what I realised I didn't say last week, and I should have done when we were talking about the Spud Barn,
Go on.
is that their potatoes are officially the best potatoes. Is it in the northeast?
I don't know.
In the east of England?
Yes. Oh no, they've got a certificate to say.
They are award-winning potatoes. So these, we could do an M&S advert.
We could.
These are no ordinary potatoes.
They are award-winning red tractor.
Oh,
Yes.
potatoes?
Potatoes.
I think you have to finish it off. Oh, I enjoyed that. Are we going to spin a wheel for this week?
Yes, we are. I'm still hoping it's chocolate.
Okay, go for it. I think click the button.
Okay, can I click the button?
Yeah, click the button.
Okay. Oh, I just love the way it spins round and round and round and round.
It's
and round.
psychedelic.
Clothing!
Okay, right. We've been found out. We want to talk about clothing. Slash clothes.
It actually says Christmas. I don't want to talk about Christmas.
That was...
It starts with a C, so we're not totally cheating.
We want to talk about clothing.
Clothing.
That was amazing. Well, I personally can think of so many things that you personally have done over the years with clothing and crafting.
Oh, I have, 100%.
I know, the list is quite long. So maybe we'll just take it in turns, going through whatever we can think of. So my first question to you is,
Yeah.
for those that don't know your crafting journey, is you found sewing quite a lot later on. It wasn't something...
Oh, I was never taught sewing.
No.
No, never. And again, I learnt to sew when I went to stay, again, with my lovely cousin Lynn in Canada, and she's a quilter.
Okay.
And she had this fancy pants machine, which was amazing, and she said, oh, let's make a quilt, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I think we were just doing little Christmas runners or something.
Cute.
And I was absolutely hooked. I went there for 3 weeks, and I think Lynn said I probably spent 2 weeks in the office.
I remember hearing
sewing.
about this holiday.
Yeah, no,
And Parker feeling...
a bit left out.
Well, it was also one of those of, nice to go to Canada with you and not see you.
I know. And every time there was a moment when we weren't going out or doing things, I would go dung, 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 into Lynn's little sewing room. I loved it.
Yeah.
Because it just started my journey, and I thought there are so many things I can do and make. And then one of the first things I made was, when George finished university, I made him clear out all his t-shirts and said, no, we're getting rid of them all, you don't need them all.
I think you're thinking of something I was thinking of earlier. Is it the quilt?
The quilt. I have to say, never do it. I will never do it again, because t-shirts move. And even though I put them with a backing on to try and help them fix, so I cut out, where there was a logo in there, I cut it out and then joined them all together, and then I had some denim on the back, lovely soft denim.
I forgot about the denim.
Yeah, so I had soft denim on the back, and I made a massive big, like a sort of single size probably quilt for George for his bed, and it was so flipping heavy though. Actually, it might be bigger than single, because I know he and Power use it to this day, and it's actually on their bed.
It honestly,
and they've used it.
It looks so cool. Like, it really does, because you made him, before the quilt, a pillowcase of some t-shirts.
That's right, I did.
Because he's always picked some very cool t-shirts, our George.
Yeah, no, he has.
And you made him some pillows, and they got a little worn, let's say, and a little holy. So it was really, honestly, the quilt looks very cool.
The quilt was fun, but it was actually really challenging. And other people, when I Googled it afterwards, and I said,
of course, after.
Yeah. Well, no, but at the time I thought, this can't be difficult. A lot of people said, t-shirts, unless you put backing on it, and you have to be very careful how you cut it. You know, you really, so
That sounds like a classic case of you wanting to run before you can walk.
Oh, 100%, 100%. 100%.
And now I know where I've got it from.
Yeah, you got it from me. And it was a nice project to make.
Yeah.
I honestly would say, though, if you said to me, could you make me one of all our t-shirts? I'd say no.
Oh, well, fine.
Just letting you know that.
Fine, fair enough. I won't.
Go on, what have you done with some clothes then?
So what I was thinking of is when because I definitely needed your help on this, so probably fast forward now a few years post you finding sewing and your sewing machine. Do you remember that set of curtains?
Oh, really, the lovely green ones.
Really old curtains. And then, okay, have I misremembered, but is the pocket from sofa material?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we had an old set of green curtains, and we had, I don't know why you have sofa material, but you do, like sort of retro.
Because you buy samples sometimes.
Oh,
that's why it was a sample.
I have got the cutest little dungaree dress that we made from the curtains, and then the pocket and lining is in the sofa material. Oh, and I still have it, and I still wear it, and I love it.
Well, it was a nice thing to make.
And it was my colours.
It was all the oranges and green, autumnal colours.
Yeah.
Actually.
We've done a few sewing courses since, making clothing. We've done them and all sewn up by Debs.
Oh, we absolutely have the slippers with your little accident.
Absolutely. She's based in Horncastle, for those of you listening who are based in Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
We made some slip. Oh.
Do you want to share what you did? I feel you possibly ought to share what you did. Just hope that the other lady isn't possibly listening to our podcast. Otherwise she'll probably delete us. Oh, come on, you share what you did with sewing.
No, it's not.
Go on.
Oh, honestly, I still think about that moment to this day sometimes.
You were new to sewing.
I was very new to sewing, and it was one of those sewing machines that had a foot pedal, and we were all around the table, and you were doing the course with me, and there was another lady guest teaching in Deb's space.
That's right, she was.
and she was teaching us how to make these slippers. I was making them for Alec.
You were?
Yeah, I was making them for Uncle Alec. And it was very tight round the table.
It was quite a tight space, yeah.
And as I was trying to keep up with Lulu, because I have mentioned that Mum really whizzes when we do a course together and she's racing ahead, and I want to try and keep up and not get too far behind you. So as I was trying to, put my foot down to the floor and get it whizzing, in my excitement, I wasn't pushing my pedal. I tapped the lady next to me.
And she wasn't very happy.
Oh, she was not happy.
No. And even Deb, still to this day, remembers it and laughs about that.
I'm glad
incident.
If you are listening, lady, I am really sorry. It was not on purpose, despite my giggles suggesting it was. It was very much an accident. Oh.
Because she was actually quite a good sewer. So I think
she was
ruined
so
it.
good.
You ruined it.
I think I blocked that part out.
You ruined it.
Oh no.
I know, so we have done. I mean, one of my other I'm happy with is when we first took over from Claire and we were at your house and I decided to take one of your berets with your little woolen berets, and I used some of the wool. I used the wool, and I decided cherries again. How funny cherries features again.
Oh.
And I put cherries on your beret, didn't I? So actually, I used wool.
Yep.
On your berry and put cherries on your little berry.
Well, the idea was that if you can needle felt into felt, funny enough, if you can do it into flat sheets of felt, a beret is a flat sheet of felt that's been curved and turned and moved into a berry shape.
Yeah.
I still have that berry.
I do. I've seen someone else wearing it too.
Yes, a little lady who also quite likes cherries.
Yeah, she does like cherries too. So, name me another thing you've done with your crafting.
That's not sewing and not needle felting. That's really... Well, the only thing I was going to very briefly say to do with sewing, another course I remember doing, also at Deb's, was rather than us making clothing, we took clothing and we turned it into something else.
That's right.
We took... Do you remember? And again, we've got the theme going now. Cousin Lynn was over from Canada.
She was?
Megan was here. My friend Megan.
Megan came.
It was for your birthday.
Yeah.
And we had cake. Oh.
Cherry cake.
I don't think it was a cherry cake. Nice try. No, we had cake and we had teas and we went for a crafting session with Debs and we turned jeans into a tote bag.
That's right, we did.
And that was Megan's first time sewing.
And she was really good.
I know. She was irritatingly good, actually.
She was really good, wasn't she? I actually still have that bag to this day.
I have mine.
Yeah, I do.
Because I put some pom-poms inside one of the pockets. Just add a little point of interest. Oh, you lined it with that puffin. Was it puffin or penguin?
Penguin.
Penguin
And
material.
it was National Penguin Day yesterday.
Well, darling, cheers to
to...
National Penguin Day.
I know. Yeah.
You still have it?
Yep, I still have it to this day. Because actually it's a really nice size.
And it's so sturdy.
Yeah. And I put a zip on afterwards.
Of course you did.
Because I love zips.
Of course you did.
So a zip went on that.
So something that doesn't involve sewing that I was thinking of with clothing are those, I don't know what you call them now. And after last week's debacle of us not knowing what a chicken house...
Yes, I know what a chicken house is called now.
We've learned what a chicken house is now.
So do we tell James we know what a chicken house is now?
Mummy and the rest.
Oh.
It's called a coop. It's a chicken coop. Right. I can't remember what you call these rugs, but I'm thinking of the rugs you make when you've got scrap material.
Rag rugs.
Rag rugs.
Rag rugs. Granny used to make them.
A little rag rug.
Yeah.
And you tie it, and that's another way to use up some clothing and make a little craft out of it.
And I also remember making cards out of clothing. I would draw a stick person and I would cut fabric out and stick it on. So the little people had a dress on it or they had little trousers on. So I used clothes that way.
One of my favourite cards, and I wasn't using clothes, but what I did do is I made a version of clothes. One of my favourite cards I've ever made is when someone I used to work with announced she was pregnant with a little boy, I made her a card with a 3D washing line on it. And you know those little pegs you can get from Hobbycraft?
Yeah, I remember you doing
I
that.
just made, it was out of card, just whatever random bits of card I had. Actually, I think it might have even been some foam. But a little t-shirt and some little socks. And just, that was my version of a little congratulations on your first baby.
And my other one that it still makes me laugh to this day, and I think you were outraged, actually Granny was outraged at me doing this, was I had some cashmere jumpers that had got holes in.
No, I know.
And I
she
made
didn't
them.
stop talking about it.
She was outraged. And I made seat covers for you. So when you move...
Can I just clarify? It's not just seat covers, dining room seat covers from your cashmere jumpers.
Yes, but you and Megan used to have comfortable bottoms because they were cashmere.
I know, but when I think about it now, at your dining room, you're dropping food.
Yes.
You're maybe even dropping a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then the amount you wiggle at the dining room, they got so holy.
Well, they were lovely. And what did you do with Parky's favourite napkin?
Oh.
Yes, you need to share that one too?
I know. Well, no, you did it too. You were there as well.
That's after you painted a chair.
We painted a chair.
You wanted a seat cover to match your...
and Parky's
decor.
napkin happened to match perfectly. So naturally that was upholstered into the seat.
So we have used a fabric...
Well, there's fabrics, yeah.
In clothing, haven't we? And do you remember I used to make you sock puppets?
Oh.
When you were little, I used to make sock puppets.
Yeah. Do you know what? Sock puppets is a classic. Do you know what I did recently? With a friend of mine, we were trying to start up crafting sessions, and we turned socks into little snowmen.
Okay.
So you stuff them. She saw it online. We had a little crafting session. Honestly, it was so much fun. I think we filled them with those polystyrene balls. And then made little accessories out of pipe cleaners or whatever random things we all brought along. We made little sock snowmen. I wonder if I still got a picture somewhere. I might do, you know. I might do.
So we're going to have to pick a project this week.
I had completely forgotten about that.
Oh, yes, we can't be wusses. So we did a fab one last week. What are we going to do this week with our clothes? Have you thought about what you'd like to make?
I really haven't.
Well, I think we need to find an item of clothing in our wardrobe that we're going to get rid of.
Okay, I like this idea.
And we need to turn it into something and see who can pick the most imaginative and useful. And we gift it to each other.
Oh no, I like this challenge.
So we gift whatever we make.
I'm going to make something out of clothing we no longer have.
Yeah.
To gift the other one.
Yeah. So
have you already got an idea?
Yeah.
Oh, typical.
Well, only because I've been thinking about, what would I do for the challenge? Yes, I have. I think you're going to be outraged, but I have found something.
And it has to be useful, is that what we're saying?
Well, no, not really. It doesn't have to be useful, but it has to be something that potentially I could use.
Okay. I can't think of anything right now, but I have got a week.
You've got a week to make something.
Okay.
And equally, it could be a card.
Well, I don't know that's useful.
No, but it could be... Okay, a set of cards that I can then send people.
Don't give me ideas, because I'm now coming up with them, and if you say them, people will think it was your idea, not mine.
Well, it is always my idea, darling.
Oh no, I like that idea. I have thought of another needle felting. You spoke about my beret, and you put some cherries on it. What about, madam, when a rather nice jumper of yours, you caught it on that bush and you got a hole in it?
Yeah, I needle felted Christmas trees on it.
Did.
And it's funny, it is really funny you mention that, because a lady stopped me and said about the jumper, and she just said, "Oh, I love your jumper. Where did you buy it with the Christmas trees on?" And I had to say I didn't actually. I was covering a hole and
made it.
I made it. And I have customised a couple of jumpers, because people on these forums will often say, "What can you do? What else can you needle felt?"
Yeah.
You know, when we go back to felting, is there any other material like that tweed? Is another one
tweed's a really
that
good
Genia
one.
uses with a little robin.
And Genia, for those of you listening, is also known as the Lady Moth. She's a phenomenal needle felt artist.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we're not quite as good as her yet. We're near.
Absolutely. Getting very close. Very, very close.
But she uses all sorts of different, bits
materials.
of cloth and
yeah,
material.
You're right. She uses that beautifully in her items.
Yeah.
Those little birds.
With a bit of tweed. The tweed
Oh, it's
wings.
lovely.
But again, it's using clothes, and she
Yeah.
said she just used scraps that she had.
You know what would be really impressive now is if I could give you, off the cuff, some facts and figures about landfill and wasting of clothes, and you know, because people talk about fast fashion all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a hot topic at the moment, Lulu. Did you know?
No.
No.
No. No, but I can actually imagine, because when you think about the wastage that we have,
Yeah.
but actually we've both been really good at actually thinning our wardrobes.
I'd say we almost exclusively really now buy from charity shops.
We do.
Almost.
We both love charity
Unless
shops.
there's something we see
If
and
it's
we
an
love.
occasion and then I have a parky, I would really love that piece of yeah, no, you're right.
No, I have to absolutely love that item. It has to be something that I'm going to keep thinking about afterwards. No, I would agree. I think we do okay, darling.
But would we also think about using a piece of clothing in a project? Are we going to do a joint project, or are we going to do...
No, we've set the challenge.
Oh, okay.
No, you've set it now.
Oh.
It's something already in my wardrobe, and so you will be able to know if it is something I already own, because you'll
Probably
recognise
something
it.
that was mine anyway.
I know!
I could just see you thinking, oh, I don't like this anymore, and Mummy can't fit into it or wear it.
I really did think that when we were discussing it. I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know that I can use something she's given me.
Yeah, of course you can. If you ever gift something, you should accept it as a gift to that person and you never ask for it back. Because you know how people do. They give a present and they think, oh, that person's not using, I want it back.
But
you never ask for it back. It's a height of rudeness.
Oh, no. See, I think there are occasions when you do lend someone something and you have to be fairly clear, I'm lending it and I would love this back.
But lend's a different word than giving.
Okay.
Giving is you have then basically...
Okay, no, I know, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give something in order to want to have it back later, but lend it.
Yeah, lending's lending. But you do a lot of lending from my wardrobe, don't you?
Mummy, I have done a
Granny's.
lot of lending from a lot of people's wardrobe. I don't know what it is about me, but apparently if I say to somebody, oh, that's a lovely jumper, it's then, would you like it?
Well, that's
Not
because-
just you, and it's not
No.
just you.
No, but a lot of people are just generous.
I know,
and
but
like to
I'm
share.
not always saying because I want to wear it. I mean, sometimes I am. And then when they offer it, it's, well, yes, actually, thank you very much. I know I am infamous for not actually owning any of my own coats that I have picked and bought myself. My coat wardrobe is almost exclusively all
Nice.
Granny Izzy's.
Yeah, no, it is.
Almost entirely. Or various friends and family along the way. I like it. It feels a bit special.
Well, that's nice.
Is there anything else we think we haven't mentioned when it comes to clothing?
No, but I bet lots of people are out there going, oh, what about do?
Well,
I think
I think that we have spoken extensively today.
we have. And happily and naturally,
So naturally.
with our super microphones.
I know, I have enjoyed them. I can't wait to listen back and
Yeah.
see how it sounds.
That sounds really good. I look
Gorgeous.
forward
Okay, well, I can't wait to see your craft challenge.
to it. Okay, yours too.
Yeah, haha. See you next week.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, you're